From the Spice Girls to Destiny's Child, I've got 11 questions for you on all your favorite girl groups. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be? And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. It is a very rainy, cold day in California. I live in a town called Laverne, California, which is a little bit east of LA, and it is cloudy and foggy and cold and rainy, which is never the temperature or climate here. But this is kind of like our winter. It doesn't snow, but it gets like this for this month or a month and a half or so, and then it disappears, and it's back to surfing for all us Californians. I've never been surfing. I've never touched a surfboard. But one of these days, I will attempt to look at one and maybe learn. Maybe. Probably not, though. Today's episode all about girl groups. Hopefully you like some Spice Girls action. Maybe you have a favorite Spice Girl. Maybe you saw Spice World with your friend Steve Scapperty in 7th grade, just the two of you, and then questioned your friendship like I did. I don't know why. The band was popular, the girl group, and the movie came out, and we're like, that looks kind of funny. Let's go see it. So we saw it, and we're like, all right, we saw Spice World. We still talk about it to this day. And we had a little sister. We could have brought her and been like, oh yeah, we're just bringing a little sister. But we didn't even pawn it off on that. We just saw the movie, which contains the biggest tour bus in the history of tour buses. They go inside of it, and then it's completely just a movie studio that they roughly designed to look like a tour bus. I think Spice World was on an episode of How Did This Get Made? If you ever want to go listen to that one, I'm almost positive, unless I'm just thinking of something else I listened to. But the great podcast, How Did This Get Made? Where they dissect bad movies and how they got made. Check out the Spice World episode. I'm almost positive it is a fun one. And got some Destiny's Child coming at you. Got some other 80s and 90s girl groups. So I will give you a song title, and then you tell me the name of the group. I'll also give you the year that the song came out. So that's coming up in a minute. We've been trying to go to Disneyland this whole week because our annual passes expire on Saturday. So it looks like tomorrow night, Friday, will be the very last night that we can go. So if you live in Southern California and you're for some reason going to Disneyland on Friday, December 7th, let me know. Maybe we could do a little meetup. And hopefully it's not pouring rain like it is today, so we can actually use those passes one last time. We're paying off a bunch of debt. So my wife, I convinced her, I'm like, let's not renew them. Let's just take like a 6-month break, maybe a year, and we'll get them again as soon as we're debt free. And that's the plan right now. So we're going to do that. But we went the other day for just a few hours because we knew the passes were expiring. And we got to go on the Cars ride in about 25 minutes, which is unheard of. It's usually like 90 minutes to 2 hours. We got to go on Christmas Haunted Mansion. We got to go on the Matterhorn, which has been closed forever. They opened it back up. I think they remodeled parts of it or something. Not as fun as I remember if you've been to Disneyland recently. Matterhorn, I thought it was a lot faster and scarier. Although the Abominable Snowman, the Yeti, is pretty scary on that ride. He shows up twice on one track and I think a third time on the other track. So if you are a fan of that ride, give it a ride again and let me know what you think. Because I was like, oh man, this is kind of, there's no like sound effects except the whistling of like you being in a mountain on a bobsled. So there's no like music or story like a lot of the other rides have. Just a little ranting on the Matterhorn off the top of my head. But yeah, trying to get in our last Disney licks before these season passes expire. A lot of crazy parties. Next week is my crazy party week. I have like 4 events on 2 different days. So like 8 events in 2 days next week. Doing Marvel Studios, the LA Lakers, doing a charity for one of the Lakers players, doing SoCal Gas. I got all kinds of crazy parties coming up, but that is a good thing for business and a great end to the year. So I started this company as a LLC at the beginning of 2018. So we're now 1 year as a business, and it was a really good first year. Super excited for how it all turned out and the stuff that's growing that's going to turn it into year 2. So excited about that. And thank you for all your support in listening to this show or coming to play trivia with me live or, buying a trivia night off of me that I send to you that you can play from anywhere. Appreciate all your support and your spreading of the word of this show. This show is crazy because it's like some days the numbers are just kind of standard, like what I'm used to since we've been doing it daily. And then every once in a while it'll spike and it'll be like, not spike, it'll shoot up, I guess. Spikes when it goes down. It'll go up, it'll be like, 4 times the amount of people listened to just this specific day. And I always go back and I look and I'm like, was it the topic? And it's just like, snow animals or something from the other day. And I'm like, well, that couldn't have been something people were searching for. So it's crazy. I don't know what the algorithm is for people to find this show, but I'm so glad they're finding it. And if you are helping spread the word, you're a big part of that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to jump into these 11 questions on girl groups right about now. Here we go. All right, like I explained in the intro, we'll be doing some girl group trivia, and I will give you the name of the song and the year it came out, and you're going to tell me what the name of the girl group was that had that song. Here's question number 1. Be My Baby, 1964. Number 1, Be My Baby, 1964. What was the name of that girl group? Be My Baby, 1964. Question number 2, Cherry Bomb, 1976. Cherry Bomb, 1976. Number 3, Let's Talk About Sex, 1990. What girl group was that? Number 3, Let's Talk About Sex, 1990. Girl group number 4, Don't Ya, from 2005. Don't Ya, from 2005. That's like the anthem of when I started, when I went away to college my sophomore year. Don't Ya, 2005. Number 5, Walk Like an Egyptian, 1986. Walk Like an Egyptian, 1986. What girl group was that? Number 6, Baby Love, 1964. Baby Love, 1964. Number 7, Unpretty, back in 1999. What group was that? Number 7, Unpretty, 1999. Number 8, Goodbye Earl, back in 1999 as well. Goodbye Earl, back in the late 90s, specifically 1999. Goodbye Earl. What group had that song? Number 9, Never Ever, from 1997. Never Ever, back in 97. And number 10, All the Things She Said in 2002. All the Things She Said back in 2002. And your bonus question for 2 points, what year did Say My Name by Destiny's Child come out? For 2 points, what year did Say My Name by Destiny's Child come out? All right, you might be able to hear the rain roaring outside the window in the background, and maybe that'll put you to sleep if you're listening to this at night, or you're on a road trip and you're kind of dozing while the driver's doing all the heavy lifting for you. But if you like the rain, you'll hear more of it on this recording, and we'll be right back with the answers to girl groups in just a minute. All right, this is a big requested topic. When I do usually house parties, people will be like, can you do like girl groups and boy bands? Because they want like a throwback to the 90s. So some of these went all the way back to the 60s, like this first one. Let's jump into the answers. Number 1, Be My Baby, 1964 was the Ronettes. The Ronettes. So not a super obvious one right off the bat. Unless you're an old timer, then maybe you knew that one. Be My Baby, 1964, the Ronettes. Number 2, Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb, 1976, the Runaways, which was a movie with Dakota Fanning and the girl from Twilight. Number 2, the Runaways, Cherry Bomb, 1976. Number 3, Salt and Peppa had the song Let's Talk About Sex back in 1990. That was after their song Push It, which came out in 86. I thought that was more of a 90s song, but that came out 4 years earlier. That was their big heyday, probably like 85 to 95. Let's Talk About Sex, 1990, Salt and Peppa. Number 4, Don't Ya, 2005. This and My Humps were the big songs of my college, like starting college. It was like, all right, we're going to the bars, we're dancing, if that's what you want to call it, in a drunken fashion with other college students. And Don't Ya, 2005, Pussycat Dolls. Remember them? The Pussycat Dolls. Are they still around? Probably not. Number 5, Walk Like an Egyptian, 1986, The Bangles. Great song. Walk Like an Egyptian, 1986, The Bangles. Number 5. I use that song quite a bit when I am trying to get people to play bingo. I have like a hit song bingo playlist, and that is one of the first songs I play. It's got a good start to it, and everybody knows it. Number 6, Baby Love, 1964, My Baby Love. That was The Supremes. The Supremes. Number 6, Baby Love, 1964, The Supremes. Number 7, Unpretty, 1999, TLC, Tender Loving Care. TLC, 1999, Unpretty. That was number 7. Number 8, Goodbye Earl, 1999, The Dixie Chicks. I've heard my wife sing this song, and I think it's about murdering your husband. So hopefully she's not getting any ideas. Number 8, Goodbye Earl, 1999, The Dixie Chicks. They kind of disappeared too, didn't they? Are they still around? Number 9, Never Ever, 1997. That was All Saints. Never ever have I ever felt so something. All Saints. Never Ever, 1997. That was number 9. They had a song called The Beach, I think, or something about, it was on the Beach soundtrack. It was a really good song. All Saints. They were kind of like, I don't know, like a more sophisticated Spice Girls. Like they were all British, I think. But they didn't have the antics that the Spice Girls did. They weren't like, hey, we're crazy and we all have different names. You know, they were just like a girl group. Number 10, All the Things She Said, 2002. That was Tattoo. Remember that group? T, capital A, capital T, lowercase u. I don't know what that means. But I think they were... they would kiss on stage, and that was the big draw, but then they like weren't actually together or something. I don't know. Number 10, All the Things She Said, 2002, Tattoo was the group. And the bonus for 2 points, what year did Say My Name by Destiny's Child come out? That was back in 1999, which were 3 references from this episode. And these questions, Unpretty, TLC 99, The Dixie Chicks, Goodbye Earl in 99, and here we are again with Say My Name, 3 big girl group songs back in 1999. A lot of girl power in that year. And that is the end of this round. Off of the topic of girl groups, I do know that the number 1 song of 1999, the last number 1 hit of the decade, was Smooth by Rob Thomas and Santana. That was like number 1 in the Billboard charts for the whole year or something crazy. So check that out. And by check it out, I mean, don't listen to it again. We've all heard it enough, right? But 1999, big year. I was 14. So kind of into music, and it's in my memory. So that's probably why it came up so many times when I wrote these questions about a year and a half ago. Thank you guys so much for playing along. Hopefully you had fun with some girl group trivia. We'll do some boy bands in the near future, and get ready for a lot of Christmas and holiday rounds right around the corner. I don't want to do them the whole month because I don't want you to get sick of the holidays before they're even here. So we'll sprinkle them in weeks to come. We will not be talking about Die Hard being a Christmas movie. It's played out, as they say. They say that every year. Is it? I don't know. It's stupid. But like when my father-in-law is like, hey, what do you think about the Die Hard thing? I'm like, all right, this is played out. No offense to him. But when he's kind of like on to something, I'm like, oh, this has been out for a long time. Let's keep this under wraps. So thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for telling a friend about this show. If you want to support it, you can always go to patreon.com/trivia with buds. You can see all the fun stuff we have going on over there. And we had a day off of the mail because George H.W. Bush and his funeral were going on, and Trump declared it like all government to be shut down. So I was looking for the mail because I'm waiting on a check for something, and no mail yesterday. So rewards will probably be another day delayed. Hopefully you get them Monday or Tuesday. I'll hopefully get them all sent out today and tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.